Hello, welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl. Well, we're on the final stretch, really, of episodes as we come to the back end of the High Elf faction focus. Still a few to go, but we're looking at the High Elves in Warhammer the Old World, and we're now going to take a look at a character comparison and see how they stack up. So we've got Prince, Noble, Archmage, Mage, Dragon Mage, and Handmaid, and we can see in movement terms, technically the Dragon Mage has the best movement. It flies 10 and 6. Now that's because the base character must come with the dragon, but it should be noted that all of the characters here can be given the mounts where they can achieve similar movement. Weapon skill wise, clearly the Prince has the best weapon skill as expected, and the Archmage and Mage have the lowest, and we can see the same in ballistic skill terms, except the Handmaiden, who also has a very high ballistic skill, and which is important because she's Bow of Avalorn user, and we're obviously going to put her normally in Assistance of Avalorn unit. Strength-wise, interestingly there, we do have a few characters that do get up to strength 4. It's quite rare in the Elven roster. Normally that's their thing: low strength, low toughness. But the Prince, Noble, and Handmaiden do have their strength of 4, and the Dragon Mage gets to strength 5 because, again, of the dragon. Toughness, well, the Dragon Mage, of course, toughness 5, but all the other characters, they will get bonuses to their toughness and their wounds characteristics when they are on similar mounts. The ones that do stick out, though, are the Mage and the Handmaiden. They have only 2 wounds, or as does the Noble. We've missed a colour off there. So your heroes running around with only 2 wounds, the Lords running around with 3, with the exception, say, of the Dragon Mage as base, who gets 6. Initiative-wise, the Prince and the Handmaiden both coming in at initiative 6. This is a base stat, and that's pretty high initiative overall. And it's nice to see the Handmaiden comes with that as well. So pretty nice there. The Prince again coming in with 4 attacks. Compare that Dragon Mage. He gets the extra attacks with the dragon. But only 1 attack on the Mage and then 2 on the Archmage, again as expected. Only one of the characters has a high leadership of 10, but overall Elves across the board have pretty good leadership, so not the most considered category on the stat line, but having leadership of 10 never hurts. So, a Prince there offering that value. In terms of armor save, the Prince and the Noble, with their extensive equipment options, their ability to get to a 3+ armor save, and if you do mount them on a barded mount, they get that down to 2+ armor save, which is incredibly nice. And then in terms of points cost, the Dragon Mage, obviously, but we're doing this from a base perspective. You have to take the Dragon Mage. This is the lowest points you could make him. He is still by far the most expensive character, followed by the Archmage, who's quite some way behind. And then the cheapest character is the Handmaiden, and I think that's really interesting when you look at her ballistic skill, her weapon skill, strength, initiative. She doesn't have the best armor save, but with that Horn of Isha buff ability as well, Handmaiden's really good value. Mage, cheap supporting, Noble for your battle standard bearer, but Prince, you look at the Prince's stat line and he's 3rd down the way on cost of points. So Prince is, again, I think, within the High Elf roster, because it's a comparison within the High Elf roster, is good value for points compared to the others. And I say Dragon Mage, most expensive, and it's got some good stat lines, but you can put a Prince on a Dragon and he'll do better, in my opinion. So there you go, a quick run through of the character comparison. I think it's pretty clear on the roles that these have. I think the one that really stands out when you look at this comparison for me is the Handmaiden, and the value of the Handmaiden, with the fact that she gets that buff on top of it. So the only thing letting her down, obviously, the 2 wounds and the 2 attacks, but she's there to buff. She's also got some shooting in there as well. So that's it. That brings us to the end of the character comparison. Next up will be the infantry comparison. I think there's more to delve into there. Hope you enjoyed this video. It is a quick run through. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. And as always, if you want to see more content, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free for you to do. It takes a few seconds. So thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in as we take a look at the infantry comparison.